What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over a shocking report that just came out on institutional investors and how they just flipped their entire crypto strategy. They're doing something completely different this week than they have done for the last 16 or 17 weeks in a row. And this is very important because it can help dictate what cryptocurrencies we should be investing in and where the overall market is going. Before we dive into that, though, it still says about 72% of you watching are still not subscribed. So if you enjoy short form, concise, no BS content that doesn't waste either of our times, well, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, Patreon is still completely sold out. I will be adding new spots soon, but in the meantime, we have a free Discord, which is open to everyone, and I'm in there all the time answering your questions. You could ask anyone in that group already. Anyways, right now, the crypto fear and greed index has bounced back slightly. We're seeing it at a very neutral level. And over the last couple of weeks, we have gone from being extreme fear back to neutral. And the interesting thing here is that we're seeing the overall crypto market consolidate as well. Overall crypto market has been consolidating at around a $2.1 to $2.12 trillion market cap. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and most of the altcoins have come down slightly after their initial breakout at the start of Q4 2021. With regards to the new report, CoinShares comes out with a weekly report on digital asset inflows and outflows from institutional investors. Last week, we saw that there was $90 million of inflows from institutional investors into digital asset investment products. But the interesting thing here is that over the last couple of weeks, we have seen coins like Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, Ripple, and a lot of these other altcoins lead the way for inflows, and Bitcoin was not. But this past week, we saw actually that Bitcoin was the clear leader in inflows on this report with around $68.7 million of inflow. Ethereum was number 2 with $20.2 million of inflows as well, and we expect Ethereum to always be at the top. But Bitcoin had significantly more inflows than it has most of the last couple weeks. And the very different part of this report is that this week, we actually saw outflows for some of the smaller altcoins like Polkadot. We saw barely any inflows for Cardano, only $1.1 million, barely any inflows for Solana at $0.7 million. So when we look at this, it looks like institutional investors, at least in this report from CoinShares, are gravitating significantly more towards Bitcoin and Ethereum than they have been in the last couple of weeks. All the other weeks we have seen, like for the last 3 or 4 months, we have seen them consistently choose Cardano and Solana, for example, over Bitcoin. But in this report, now we're seeing they have gravitated back towards Bitcoin, back towards Ethereum, which are the more safe, crypto investment products. This is interesting because at the start of a bull market, we would expect that they would be doing the exact opposite. They would be investing into more heavily altcoins, but they're not. So this makes me think, are we actually entering a second leg of the bull market? I personally think we are, but it seems like institutional investors may be on the fence a little bit about it, or the other option is they're just simply trying to balance their portfolios and get more heavily into Bitcoin and Ethereum after weeks of getting into altcoins. Either way, though, it's very interesting to me that they are doing this because they have not done this weeks prior. I'm still very bullish. I'm still loading up on all these altcoins that we've talked about, like Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, and many more, but it was very interesting to see this. Last things with regards to the overall crypto market is from Plan B. The creator of the stock to flow model came out, showed some interesting data on the overall market. And this helps me think that we're still in the second leg of the bull market. We're going to see new all-time highs. First of all, he predicted that October we would see the price of Bitcoin reach $63,000 per coin by the end of October. And based on his track record, I would assume that is very likely to happen. But not only this, we're also seeing the Bitcoin Relative Strength Index, the monthly RSI, is right around 66. And this is important because back in 2013, which was very similar to this bull market, we saw 2 peaks occur. We saw one at the beginning of 2013, one at the end of 2013, and then the RSI dropped in the middle. And that is exactly what we saw this time around. RSI spiked at the beginning of 2021. We saw it come back down to around 60, 65, and I'm expecting we will see another spike right around the end of 2021 where the RSI, the monthly RSI, gets back to around 95, 96 on the Bitcoin Relative Strength Index. Also, we're seeing a number of other people predict the same thing. Tech Dev on Twitter also said that he's predicting we're going to see two two peaks in the bi-weekly RSI, like we saw back in 2013. So there's a lot going on with crypto, even though the institutional investor report shows that they're gravitating more towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. I still am very bullish on all the altcoins, and I think now is the best time to be getting into them. But it was very interesting to see that maybe there's something institutional investors know that we don't. Maybe there's a reason why they are starting to pick more Bitcoin and Ethereum versus all the other altcoins they've been doing for weeks. So anyways, that's what's going on with crypto. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you later for another episode. See you guys.